have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is here. Biggity boom. Have no fear. The I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast is here in the place to be. 1, 2, 3. I should count to 10, but I'm only going to count to 3. The reason why I said I should count to 10 because this episode is the official 10-year anniversary episode of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Welcome to the Iron Dome of Disruption. Welcome to the Ziggity Zone of Disruption. My name is Michael Rapaport, a.k.a. the Gringo Mandingo, a.k.a. the Inflamed Ashkenazi, a.k.a. the Sultan of Sniff, a.k.a. the Raging Bullshitter, a.k.a. the White Chocolatito, a.k.a. the Jewish Jake LaMotta, a.k.a. Mr. New York, a.k.a. Milk. Welcome to the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. 10-year anniversary. Cannot believe it. 10 years almost to the day since we started the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. First and foremost, I hope everybody's feeling good. Hope everybody's feeling safe. Hope everybody is feeling super duper sane. I'm a little charged up. I am a little charged up for a few reasons. Number one, first and foremost, because it's 10 years. 2014. Started doing this in August of 2014, which is incredible. Not only for podcasting, but when you just think about so many things in the last 10 years that have happened, that have gone on, I want to seriously, sincerely thank you, the fans, for listening, for watching the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Without you, the fans, I can't do this. Without you, the fans, I am talking alone in a room. I mean, who am I kidding? Today, I'm actually talking alone in a room. But in general, if there's no one listening, why podcast? Been through highs, been through lows, been through fights, been through so many things on the podcast. Podcasting itself has changed so drastically in the last 10 years. Without you guys listening, without you guys watching, without you guys supporting, without you guys loving, without you guys hating, without you guys criticizing, without you guys having my back one way or another, I wouldn't be able to do this podcast. I am a professional podcaster. I'm proud to say that. I am a professional podcaster. We're in a day and age in 2024 where podcasts are like assholes. Literally everyone has one. It is not hard to make a podcast, but it is extremely hard. It is extremely challenging to make a fantastic podcast. It is extremely challenging to leave blood and guts on the microphone every single episode. And if I have done nothing else, I know that I have given my all every single time I pick up the golden mic. Every single time I've done an I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, I take pride that people are listening. I take pride that people are spending time with all the choices, all the things that they could be watching, doing, scratching their balls, picking their nose, downloading this, downloading that. There's so many apps. There's so many things to sift through. And for 10 years, you guys, the Rapapack worldwide has stood by the podcast. So I sincerely appreciate that more than you know, but I hope I'm articulating it and you hear and see that I genuinely mean it, because it has been a crazy, crazy ride, this podcast. I started out doing the podcast alone in my room 2 homes ago in Los Angeles. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know why I was doing it, to be honest. I knew I had a lot to say, but I didn't know where it would go, how it would be. I met the Dust Brothers, Miles Jordan Winter, respectfully, a.k.a. the Bleach Brothers, the most supportive guys that I could ever have had in my corner for the last 10 years doing the podcast. The first episode I had a plan. I knew I had a lot to say, but I never imagined that I'd be doing it 10 years later. I never imagined, like I said, that podcasting would be such a part of my life, a personal diary, that I share so much of myself, so much personally. I mean, there's still my persona that I keep up, but to give you an insight, but to entertain, it's a balancing act, because you don't want to make it too personal, and like you're not my therapist. But I feel like sometimes doing this podcast is therapy, but the listeners are not my therapist. So it's a balancing act. You want to make it a show. It is a show. It is show business. It could be called business show, but this is a show. I am a professional podcaster. I always try to take in consideration, like I said, that there's so many opportunities of so many different things for people to watch. But through when I started doing it by myself, through the G Moody years, which I know people liked and enjoyed, and I still have no story for you on G Moody. I don't have any ill will for G Moody. I feel like the podcast definitely got in the way of our 30-plus year friendship. But things are meant to change. Things are meant to grow. Things are meant to evolve. I have no ill will. I wish him all the best. I haven't spoken to him since he left the podcast. But again, that's all I got to share. I'm not holding back anything. I'm not withholding anything. I don't even know if he's on social media. I haven't heard from him in real life. I haven't seen anything from him on social media, but I wish him always all the best. And it is no hard feelings, but we've had that. We had, of course, so many guests, hip-hop guests from, Ice-T, Method Man to Q-Tip, and then, great actors, Alec Baldwin and Juliette Lewis. We've had special podcasts. We've had emergency podcasts. We've had some crazy emergency podcasts, albeit with sports. We've had the thrills of victory. We've had the agony of defeat. We've had all the LeBron in Miami. We had the LeBron in Cleveland. We had the Broomgate, which was fun. Cursing out so many quarterbacks in fantasy football. Kirk Cousins. What was that other dude's name? The Chicago Bears dude. I got him really good.
Jay Cutler, you cigarette-smoking motherfucker! You mayonnaise and newspaper breath-smelling motherfucker! You ripped my fucking heart out, and now you're leaving the game! You cocksucker, you! You motherfucker, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you cocksucker!
We had the Tingus Pingus rant that still lives on. The Tingus Pingus rant that still lives on to this day.
What the fuck did they do? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is Tingus Pingus? I never heard of fucking Latvia. You drafted this fucking kid. You stupid motherfuckers, you.
Tingus Pingus is part of the Boston Celtic championship team. And people still call him Tingus Pingus. I still haven't gotten to meet Tingus Pingus. Kristaps Porzingis. I mean, that went crazy. The cat video, for some reason, which is a part of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, that went totally nuts.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? A fucking cat? Hey, don't fucking look at me like that. That's a weird looking fucking cat. Ma! Yo, there's a stray cat outside. I don't want it starting a fight with Lucy. Lucy, it's okay. It's okay, Lucy. Don't worry about it. Ma! Ma, there's a weird fucking stray cat outside. It looks like Grandma, the fucking thing. Hey, get the fuck out of here. I don't even know if that's a fucking cat. Blink, motherfucker. Hey, no.
Man, there's been so many rants. Man, I can't even remember all of them, but I mean, what is your favorite rant? What is your favorite? I LO'd people. I had the Danny Aiello episode where I got to interview Danny Aiello. Miles Jordan, play a little clip from that.
Motherfucker, Window. Radio Raheem is dead.
I know he's dead. I was there, remember? He's dead because of his buddy. That cocksucker started this shit. He's responsible for that kid's death. And you stood there like a fuck.
Where I got to do my Danny Aiello impression in front of the late Danny Aiello. That was awesome. That was awesome. Man, I never thought that guy would pass. Shout out to the great Danny Aiello. There was the All Raging Bull episode. There's been so many De Niro lines of the week. Of course, there's been so many social issues. I never thought that this podcast, when we started this podcast, 2014, I didn't care, pay attention, and barely knew next to nothing about politics, if you could believe that. When I started in 2014, there was no politics. There was no social issues on this podcast. It was all entertainment, all sports, all movies, all mundane, fun stuff. And then, of course, Charlottesville happened and Trump looming around his presidency. We've had great episodes with the fantastic Eli Lake, the unofficial, official, unofficial political correspondent of the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Endless episodes with the young shooter, Deuce Collins. Whew. So much humor with that. We had Snowball Gate. We had the Sea of Orange episode. We took all of the greatest Dick Stain, Donald Trump rants and put it into one episode. We had a Tom Brady episode. Man, talk about like evolution. Tom Brady when he was the Patriots, Belichick to Deflategate, to softening on Tom Brady when he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to now really enjoying Tom Brady as just a citizen, as an icon. The Knicks, there's been so many Knicks rants. The Phil Jackson years. Oh my gosh, the Charles Oakley incident, that went down right here on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Dick Stain, James Dolan, right here on the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Coach after regime to Jalen Brunson, finally. Crazy. So many De Niro lines of the week. I know I said that. So many great guests and so much support again from you guys. So, man, what a crazy time, 10 years. And personally, Baruch Hashem, I went from 44 to 54. I'm 54 years old. I've been podcasting for 10 years. I went from 44 to 54 years old. Still looking good. Look at me. Smiling. Shining.